jamani, if you've been with us since the beginning, we started at 7 with myself and Lizzie Kim. Ni Lizzie Kim, Lizzie Kimani. Kikosa Lizzie Kim, tafuta Lizzie Kimani. Sura unajua venye inakaa na ni mrembo. Fanya hivyo kwa mtandao. So we started with her and now we're entering into the second phase of the day, or of the show rather. By the way, unajua show ni from 7 to 10, Monday to Friday. Just in case you didn't know. Na kwa majina mimi naitwa Val, or at Kalami Val anapenda marangi. And today's a very special day, 3rd of December. We are celebrating people with a disability. International Day of something. To figure it out on the way, yeah. But we are basically just trying to create awareness, education, and all these things. But what is the stigma behind it? Kuna watu bado mnafikiria na reverse, mnaongelesha watu with bad manners just to be diplomatic. Mnaongelesha watu venye mnataka with bad manners, yeah? Please let us know. Hashtag is Y in the morning. But sasa hata let us know. Anyway, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Mkoaje rabe ongelesha hapo for some few seconds. I was talking to my baby boo over there. Hey baby boo.
Okay.
Sasa ni mko fiti? Please tuambie wewe unaitwa nani for example.
Mimi naitwa Brenda Nabututu and I'm happy to be here.
Brenda unakaa smart bana.
Asante.
Hizo lashes ni kama zangu tunaweza amani za moja.
I think tunafaa ni hapo nje tuone. Tuone nani anaweza roll zaidi.
Bas, ama moja anaweza fly the highest.
Yeah.
Lakini mkiniuliza maswali zingine when you see me wearing lashes, wewe unaitwa nani babe girl?
I'm Delvin. Delvin Obara. Yeah.
And you're also happy to be here. Hata kwa mtandao mtaki kutuambia mko wapi, mtukuone mkidance TikTok. Where do we find your social media?
You can find me in TikTok, you can find me in Instagram. Yeah.
Na wewe umetupatia handle at handle yako ya Instagram ni
just my name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you?
Same here at Nabututu254, Nabututu Brenda, Facebook, Nabututu Brenda, Instagram. Twitter, be Nabututu. Yeah, I'm not that active on Twitter, but yeah.
What do you do on your socials?
Oh, actually, it's really hard for someone to know what exactly I do because I am an artist. I do a lot. I think what is on my social media mostly is just fun moments with my daughter. I am a proud mom.
Wow,
yeah.
So yeye unakaa mdogo.
Nani?
Unakaa mdogo yani.
Nimebeba miaka.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, mostly that. Kitambo I used to put my art, but nowadays no. Yeah, for some reason I don't. Maybe because I want to come back again. I have a lot of plans. So yeah, and also planning on doing a lot of advocacy through social media.
That was my next question. Do people expect you, when they look at you, to be an advocate?
Some
wana expect ukwe tu unapiga nduru, tuko na rights.
Some yes, some no, you know. And also when you hear me talk, of course, sauti yangu ni ndogo, inakaa ya mtu mpole, but I'm not that mpole.
Mimi naogopanga watu wako na upole.
Okay, time ya kupiga kelele tunapiga kelele. Time ya kunyamaza tunanyamaza. You know, advocacy is broad. It could be through art, singing, it could be through demonstrations, it could be through what you're doing right now. It could be through trainings and mentorship. So it depends on where I am as a person. Yeah.
So you definitely wear many hats.
Yeah.
Okay. Wewe unakaa tu unatusikiza tukiongea. So acha swali. Are you an advocate as well? Do you use your how do you use your platforms?
Okay. As I started, I am a youth ambassador from APDK. That's the Association for the Physical Disabled of Kenya.
Okay.
So I'm a youth advocacy and champion.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot in the community, doing awareness. For me, most of my TikToks, I decided my disability won't define me.
I like that.
Yeah, so I do anything like any other person can do. So through the lived experience that I have, it gave me a motivation of doing advocacy. Let people be aware of what you are, what you can do, so that they cannot view disability, but the ability you can give, what you can do. Yeah.
Is it something that you had to learn on your own? Ama nyi wote mmesukuma na watu inyi? You have people supporting you to be advocates. Ama ni nyinyi mkama? And this acceptance thing, we were just talking about, those are 3 questions I've asked in one. Okay. Tuanze na tumekuwa tu na Liz, that's my co-host, and we're talking about asking for help na mbona watu wanaumia in silence. But point tulitoka hapo nayo moja ilikuwa kuji-accept. Yeah. So did it take you long to accept that you're different? And by the way, we are all different. Jua tufanani. Sijui kama nakwambia mara ngapi. Hakuna mtu anafanana, hata twins. Hawafanani. Fingerprints different. But how long did it take you to accept? Or are there people who constantly remind you uji-accept? Tubuli tu. Oh, wewe unakaa sijui ya ushaipita hapo ka jobless corner. Mtu hana, wewe naona umebarikiwa kidogo. Hata wewe umebarikiwa. Kuna places zingine huwa hatuwezi thubutu kupita just the way. But all I'm saying is there's always going to be external voices.
Yeah, people will always have something
always
to say. Yeah.
Sure.
So it was accepting hard? Did you do it at a young age? And how are you dealing with people who are just ignorant, for lack of a better term?
Okay, let her.
I like that sasa mnaongea nyi wote.
Okay, for me, first it starts with our parents. If the love doesn't come from a parent, then that's the way the society will take you. For me, my parents were so nice. For me, I started in a regular school where people see the difference in me. You know, kids are honest.
And they can be mean.
They just shout, "Oh, you are only." Like, you know, for that, when you are a kid, you feel you are separated from others. But when I go home, I express that thing to my parents. They used to advise me. They mentor me. So they have been so nice. But it's difficult because most of the time, I'm out of the house. So those things are there. Msikia mzungu bandia.
Wow.
You see. It really breaks me, but through that, it reaches this point that I had a sponsor who used to pay my fee. Is the sponsor became my mentor.
Oh, wow.
He used to mentor me. So it reached a point that she took me to a boarding school where I find my fellow persons with albinism. Now you see the environment has changed. I can see others, so they encourage me. But the challenge becomes when you come out of school. We have no special society. We have no special jobs.
Wow.
You see? So for me, I discourage the special schools, but I encourage the integrated schools where everyone is all in. That's what we mean by inclusion. Everyone is in. So that it's easier to mingle even outside school, outside institutions. Let everyone be aware of there is this disability and they should be treated this way. You should not describe me with my disability. See a person first. So that motivated me. But how do I become this voice? I thank God the PDK came on board. They did interviews with us. And that's how I became a youth ambassador.
Wow.
Where I could voice the voice of inclusion. But the thing that I'm proud of, that's how I'm a social worker until date.
Oh, wow. Oh, did you design your career around it? Ama it just happened?
I think for me, it came natural.
Oh, unapenda watu?
Sure.
Hiyo ni calling. Kila mtu. Hey, wewe na mwalimu mko almost same was up. Very patient and long suffering.
You know, if you are not friendly to people, you are not patient with people, you cannot live in a society. Yeah, it's good to be in good. Yeah.
Actually, when you umesema hivyo kabla tukuje kwako, I like how you said that because Why? And this is very shallow way of thinking, but I'm really trying to malizie and how awareness has now come to help. There's a very shallow way of thinking. So okay, let me voice it later on. Naona sipati a proper window. Let me come to you because amejibu this swali. So so acceptance from yourself.
I think my case is also similar to her. I come from a very supportive family. My parents showed me love ever since I was a little kid. Took care of my eyesight, spectacles. Unfortunately, I no longer wear them.
That is not
but
unfortunate.
It is because most persons with albinism wear them because of the eyesight problem that we have due to lack of melanin. That is not, when you lack melanin, that means that your eyes are not able to control the light. So you need specs, you need photochromatic spectacles. But for me, and also spectacles that can help you read clearly, or maybe most of us are short-sighted, some long. So you see, in short, we have eyesight problems. But now for my case, it's different because I made a decision not because I can see very well, but there's a way sipendi kuwa mfungwa, just that. I'm not saying that other people should not use them.
I like you.
But that is a choice that I made. Now my growing up as a girl and now turning into this lady that you see today, my parents really supported me. Growing up at my primary level, I went to a normal school. In fact, it had no persons with disabilities. And then to my secondary school, they tried taking me to a special school. I'm not saying that the school was bad, really, but that was not my thing. So nilisumbua sana ndio nitolewe huko. In fact, because I used to tell my parents, I do not want to be in that school. They are like, that is where you should be because you have an eyesight problem. So mimi, I had to kusumbua, kupewa suspension, until I was expelled from that school.
Hiyo makosa ya mwisho ilikuwa ni nini?
You don't want to know.
I want to know even more, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, so I again went to now a normal school, secondary school. But now wakasema, sasa we kwa sababu umetusumbua sana, unajifanya kichwa ngumu, tutakupeleka ushago. So it was a bit challenging for me because now the people there, the other students, they are not used to someone like me, having someone like me in the school, and they're busy studying. And also it happened that I also had issues to do with climate change, so it affected my skin, not because I was burnt by the sun, but I think just adapting the different environment. So I used to have blisters. They were like blisters, and then
Uchungu.
Yeah, they were very painful. Blisters inatokea and then inafura hapo, and then after some time na bleed. So you see, watu wanasema, hata siwezi kula mbele yake, hata siwezi kaa na yeye. What kind of a person is this? That was the only time I experienced maybe discrimination in my life. And I could not blame these people because kwanza hawajui, they've never associated with someone like me. So thank God, now I was like, sasa mimi Mungu, siningebaki kwenye nilikuwa nasumbua kwa nini. But again, I challenged myself, and I know myself very well. I know I have brains. Despite having albinism or maybe a disability, though I've never seen myself as a person with a disability, but nature itself portrays me as one because, first of all, I cannot expose myself to too much sunlight. I'll get burnt because of the harmful rays from the sun, and also because I'm not able to see well like other people that have melanin. So ikakuwa hivyo, And then sasa nikajichallenge, nikajiambia hapana, hatuwezi kuendelea hivi. This is not the Brenda that I know, kwa sababu mimi nakuanga nimejitambua.
Naona.
Yeah? Nimejitambua vibaya sana. So ni how come right now ati nita bend because of this. Now I challenged myself when others sleep, I wake up at night, nasoma. Kwa sababu hata class sikuwa nasoma vizuri. Kwanza walimu hawajaelewa vizuri condition yangu vile iko. I need to sit near the board. I can't see very well. Yes, they were told all that, but now that they were not familiar with this kind of condition, walikuwa najaribu kuplay part yao, and then there's that stigma from the students. So after some time nikaanza kupita, and they were like, oh, kumbe she has brains.
That's, yeah.
So they want to associate with you now. Okay. And then tena pia climate ikakubali. Sasa ile kiburi bado sasa ikarudi. You know, but huko sasa sikusumbua because somehow I was comfortable being in the school. And like she said, personally I also discourage parents taking children to special schools unless it's a severe disability that maybe needs a lot of attention. But kama ni kama tu albinism, sijui visual impairment that does not really require a lot, then you can take your child to an integrated school so that at least they can learn to mingle, associate with the others, you know, because life outside here is not special.
It's not.
Yeah, and I'm always giving examples to people, starting by me, with us as persons with albinism. Hakuna siku jua imewaka ikakuwa kali, alafu Mungu akasema, kuna watu niliwaumba hapa hawana melanin, sasa wacha nipunguze jua, you know? Kama inatuchoma sisi wote. You know? So we have no excuse. And also our parents also need to show, you know, just like she said, everything that happens to someone's life, how you grow, your self-esteem, how you build yourself up, ina depend na background yako, where you come from, familia yako, wamekukuza aje, did they show you love? Did they make you feel that you're good enough as a person? So personally, that's how I grew up, from a very supportive family. I remember there was a time nilikuwa nakatazwa naambiwa usiende kucheza kwa jua. But sasa mimi ni nani? You know, kids. Lazima tuende to experience, tujue mbona nimekatazwa nisiende.
Jua iko na nini?
And then inakuja inanichoma. Na kuwa na, you know, us when we get burnt, tunasikia uchungu, by the way, kama moto. Tukichomeka ile vizuri, tunasikia uchungu. It's like we've been burnt na moto. And then if you really don't know how to take care of yourself, pia tena unafura kama uto to blisters, and then before they heal, your maji inatoka, and then now there's that dry process ya kuonyesha unapona. So unaona unakuwa na 2 cracks, kama ni kwa uso unakuwa na 2 pills. Kama mtu kuangalia na shinda, sasa hii ni gani? Kwani yako na scales ama, you know? But thank God nowadays it's really hard to find such things because there's a lot of awareness that our organizations for persons with disabilities are doing, and also the community. Yani tunajaribu kufikia pia community, and also parents that have children with disabilities. So nowadays si kama kitambo. So my parents made sure that sikuwa too much exposed to the sun, and also they made sure they took care of my eyesight problems, like maybe getting me spectacles. And I used to also use a telescope for the blackboard because sometimes the specs are not enough. So
wow.
Yeah.
Uko hivi kama pirate.
Yeah, hata huwa naibeba sometimes. I don't know whether I carried it today. So sometimes even when I go to meetings, because I don't like wearing spectacles, I use it just to bring what I want to see closer. Yeah.
Wow. Vizuri nilianza kitambo sana kuambia mimi ni mshamba, sorry.
Hiyo si ushamba because
all I do is lack of melanin. Ni jua inasumbua.
Yeah.
Sijawahi jiuliza mbona nyinyi wote mnakuwa na specs. Hata haijai register.
Ama ujiulize mbona macho ina dance.
Hata
Oh my.
I don't know, maybe ni mimi huwa tu nikikuongelesha mtu na kuongelesha mtu siangalii shell na akili.
Unajua, like she said, children are they are true to themselves. Unaona mtoto atakuuliza, mbona macho yako ina dance? And that is because our eyes are not able to control light. Due to lack of melanin.
All right. At Y254 Facebook, Y254 channel on X. But maybe tell me, you was about to say something before I interrupted. It's okay. You can speak.
So for me, I can maybe reiterate on viewing disability. You know, when you're asked people with disability, what come to people's mind is the physical disability, where maybe someone is on a wheelchair or maybe someone with albinism because you can see it. But we have other so many types of disabilities. We have intellectual, where we have psychosocial disability.
With autism and then.
The disability, you can't see it unless someone explains to you or you have information about that person. But in the society, you know, for us, the way you have told us, like, you just knew albinism and the sun affects them and that's all. But it's good to be aware. It's like our constitution. If something has come up, you follow it, so that you are in a safer side. When someone gets to your boundary, trespass to your boundaries, you're able to use the constitution. The same way, you need to have that information. You need to be aware as a society. By the way, that's a call to a society that you should be aware. There's these people in the society. What is society? Who are there in the society? What kind of people are there? How can we maybe handle them or treat each other? So it's the same way. So that's why I'm saying inclusion is not a favor. It's a right. It's a human right like any other. Because all of us, we are culprits. You can join this organization anytime. Maybe you can board a car and get an accident. You break your arm. You already joined our organization. So everyone is a culprit. So we need to be aware of it. Let not life surprise you. Surprise life. You see?
Wow, I don't think I was expecting to meet personalities like both of yours today. I'm feeling blessed, guys. Very good things happen when you watch Y in the morning.
And also just to challenge ourselves as persons with disabilities. I'm that kind of a person that advocates for emotional intelligence, and I remember her saying that maybe her being called names breaks her. For my case, it's different because I even forget that I have the albinism unless
mtu mwingine mgeni.
Someone calls you. You're working with someone and then they're telling you, na watu wanakuangalia. But again, I challenge myself to look even much better every day, because I believe
like that
beauty comes from the inside. Once you appreciate yourself as a person from the inside, reminding yourself how beautiful you are, how you're wonderfully made by God, and appreciating the blessings, because hata kuamka tu, hata tu kuwa na skin poa, that's a blessing. Hata tu watu kukustare still, because kuna watu wanatamani waangaliwe na waangalii, you know. I always tell people,
I love you guys so much.
Fadhali mimi hata nikitembea nitaangaliwa, hata nikiingia kwa room people will stop and stare. What about you, you know? So I always try to be positive, and when people call me names, depending on my mood sometimes, but I have learned the hard way, just to accept, because there will always be ignorance in the society. Always. There's some that I will stand and correct them, and there's some that I'll just go, because unaweza kuangalia mtu. I remember when there were hizo demonstrations, I was part of them, and I was passing somewhere, niko na psych, and maandamano, and then someone says, hey, na wewe amejibleach. Yaani wewe amejibleach mpaka ati na wanawake wanajibleach. You know, I've heard people talk about such things, wewe amejibleach sana, wewe ni kujibleach, you know, and that shows you that watu hawana hiyo
fahamu, hiyo ni hata nikukosa fahamu.
They don't even know, you know. Sometimes I'd say it's wrong for you to maybe body shame a person, but coming to my knowledge, dealing with the community, ingesema tu kuna ignorance kwa sababu kuna wenye wanajua but they will still call you names. Alafu pia kuna wenye tu hawajui. They stare and they're like, huyu ni mzungu ama huyu ni, and then before I forget, we don't say albino, we say a person with albinism. You know, that is just language sensitization. Delwyn will help me talk about the other disabilities like the deaf, the physically challenged, wenye watu tunawaita viwete, sijui kipofu, you know. Just say a visually impaired person, you know.
I have a friend who is visually impaired na yeye ndio ananiambia kwa wenyewe they are allowed kuitana kipofu.
Yeah, just
you know,
hiyo ina break ice kwa wenyewe.
Yes, hata sisi wenyewe tunakutananga tunasema, unajua we are just cracking jokes and there's a physically challenged person pale and then unaomba hebu kimbia unifikie hiyo.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, so sometimes life is very interesting and I believe we are all made with a purpose. Mungu akishakuleta hapa hivi, that means there's a message that you're supposed to bring out here to these people. It's not a must, but I believe everyone has a calling. So ukiletwa na uanze kujihurumia, dunia haina huruma. Haina. Yes, you might have a disability, but you still have brains. You will have a disability and still become a mother, still become a father, still become a teacher. I have hosted a show before also. So
wow,
it doesn't limit us from anything. It's just a disability. It's just how you take it. Actually, what we want as persons with disabilities is acceptance, not pity. You know, I'm sorry for those that like pity, kila mahali, oh siwezi kwa sababu ya hii. But you see, hakuna mtu atakuletea chakula hapo kwa mlango.
No, na kwambia ufungue mdomo.
Yeah. Kama ni shule itabidi uende uko kwa hiyo jua. Kama ni wapi itabidi. But now it's up to you as a person to take good care of yourself. Know that hapa hivi ninaweza, hapa hivi siwezi, nikistretch sana, because we have rights. And it's up to us also to, as much as we want to be maybe advocated for, or maybe want to advocate, hata sisi pia wenyewe tutafute tujue rights zetu ni gani kama persons with disabilities. As much as organizations for persons with disabilities like UDPK, APDK, there are a lot of organizations, and I am happy that also other organizations that are not for persons with disabilities nowadays really strive. They are curious to know. They want to work with us as persons with disabilities. So hata kama disability inclusion haijafika pale tunataka, but at least we are seeing that it is heading somewhere. Even for you to call us here and speak, that's still disability inclusion. That means that we matter as persons with disabilities.
That you've taken the thought right out of my mouth. Do you feel seen with all these organizations and people supporting? Do you feel acknowledged in society? There's a time in my life around me hatukwa watu weusi wengi, and at the time I really wanted to be like other kids. Hao ndio nilikuwa naona ni warembo, blue eyes, sijui nini, nywele makamasi, nenda yangu hata but then I did not, honestly, I did not love myself. I really wanted to be like them. So when you see someone like Isaac Mwaura, watu wako leadership, and they look like you, do you feel seen? Do you feel like neza fika kama una nia me break glass ceiling?
Of course, yes. Yeah, and I think Personally, yes, there's nothing that I can't do.
Wewe ni kama ulizaliwa hivyo.
Mimi hakuna
Yeye alizaliwa na hiyo mentality.
mimi hakuna kitu siwezi fanya. Okay, what I believe is ni mindset yako. Mindset. Na juzi ilikuwa World AIDS Day. Yeah. And I'm giving an example, assuming that maybe I'm affected by HIV and AIDS. Yeah. It all depends na mindset yangu ya kusema I am healthy, I am okay, I am beautiful, life must go on, my sex life bado itakuwa sawa provided I am taking precautions. Yeah. So everything inakuwa iko ndani yako wewe mwenyewe. Wanasema utavuna ulichopanda. So you start from within as a person. Who are you? What are you thinking about yourself as a person? Because vile tumesema life haina huruma.
Huruma ni estate yake.
Yeah. So it's up to you. If you ukijiachilia, people will take advantage of you, and you know that human beings, especially as Kenyans, we are tops at taking advantage of things, trends, people. So if you're not self-aware as a person, if you don't know your worth, the world is going to take care of you in ways that you won't be
Ulimwengu. Ulimwengu.
Yeah.
You're much more emotionally intelligent than a lot of people. Whether they have disability or not, you're very emotionally intelligent, both of you.
Thank you.
Kabla tumalize, I love your nails.
Thank you.
In your position of power, venye alikuwa mentioned, just paint me a picture of how, because I know now people living with albinism, you've painted me a picture. Now what about the rest? The hearing impaired, the visually impaired. In your position or in your experience, what have you seen? Do you feel like the same kind of awareness is going around?
Yeah, for me, okay, we have been talking more about albinism because maybe
yes, it just so happened.
Yeah, but we have so many types of disabilities. Like I said, we have even psychosocial, they are between us, we have hearing. So me, what I can say that any disability should not define you. When that's why I said the society will, they should not view us as we are. Let them view the ability. What can you do? So that's no, as far as we are doing awareness about disability inclusion, we also do for the people with disability also to have, maybe to go to school, to have their papers. Let them be like any other person. Because you can be doing awareness, people to accept you, to give you maybe opportunities, but what can you do? You see? So we want a society where when you see maybe you know, people say you are a normal person for us, we are disabilities. That's what people
normal
call us.
quotes,
But it's not normal. You as a person, when you see someone maybe on a wheelchair, what comes in your mind? Why can't you put that RAM in your mind? Don't put in a physical way. Why can't you put on your mind? What can I do for this person? And when maybe you're helping someone, don't just go because, oh, I know about disability. Let me just help him. Should inquire, consent. You see? You have to have the consent from a person.
That's important.
Don't
just help because I might not want your help.
Same happens to our lives. When you see someone collapsing from nowhere, you just don't go because you know all about first aid. You just do. You have to have the consent. What condition does this person have? You see. But for us, you see, for like someone like Maura, like it's really like the time he was nominated, it opened so many people's lives. But you know, they opened eyes for persons with albinism, but they didn't open for other persons with albinism. So they see them like they're beggars. When you go to some institution, they say, hey, before even asking you anything, they conclude for themselves. They want money.
Judged you.
Tomorrow, kuja kesho. But what are you? How can you defend yourself? So awareness is very important. Education is very important. Be informed. You see, but yes, be informed. But how? How unique are you? How unique are you? Are you doing your things there out? You see, Like I said, we have those special societies, so it's good also for us persons with disabilities at least to be somewhere. That's why we encourage so many, like we went for so many companies asking them maybe how many people with disability are they employed, do they have those mainstreaming in their work, because they keep hiring. You see, when people come in, what do they know? You see, so that's why we encourage, because even us, we can fit anywhere, in any room, either school, either office, like any other person. Like for example, here in your work, maybe you in your studio you had maybe a person with short stature, which people call maybe dwarf or what, but it's supposed to be short stature. So if you want, maybe you are doing something on a table. Maybe when you're buying a table, think in your mind, does this thing accommodate everyone? You see, for you, this is right, because anyone, it maybe be a tall person or a short person can reach the table. That's what you mean by inclusion. You have included everyone, where everyone can fit in any shoe. Yeah.
To be quite honest, the examples that you're bringing out seem so very basic, but imefanya even in school, in high school, I went to a high school where we had the capacity to have visually impaired students. But at the time, sikuwa najiambia ni big deal. Juu si ni watu, na tukua tunapiga di story. Yes, I can see you're different. Glasses zako ni tofauti. I see with the braille machine. Hata kusoma very different. But it didn't look different for me. But now in hindsight again, sijui nipigie shule yangu makofi, because I did not understand it. You had to be able to adapt into that kind of, wow. Wow. So, okay.
Actually, just to echo on her point.
Let me just interrupt you a bit. Let me remind them how to find us, then we'll get back to you. At Y254 on Facebook, Y254 channel on X. Hashtag of the day is Y in the morning. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just to echo on her point. She spoke a lot about reasonable accommodation, accessibility, acceptance. And I remember it is when Kibaki got an accident. That is really when Kenya started focusing on matters to do with disabilities. That is when they realized that we need ramps, we need lifts, we need accessible roads. Although we are not yet there, but at least we are somewhere. And my challenge will be to the employers, when they are maybe calling out for persons with disabilities, even organizations, because most of them want to paint us as flowers. Now I'm reaching out to them. Staki kujua, I'm just saying the truth. You know, you go for an interview, you're qualified, you have the potential, but someone is really busy looking at your disability instead of your ability as a person. And actually, they deny you the opportunities because of your reasonable accommodations. Maybe unahitaji computer iko hivi, maybe you're a wheelchair user. Of course, you will need an aid. You know, there will need to be accessible toilets, ramps, and all that. So unakuta huyu mlemavu ananyima opportunities just because of stereotyping and also denial of reasonable accommodations. And some companies just employ persons with disabilities kwa sababu tu ndio waonekane, ndio wapate ile 5%
kujaza quota
ya kunini but they do not provide reasonable accommodation. Where umeenda, you know, you're, aside from having a disability, you're a human being. You need to work, you need money, you need to pay bills, you might have a family, you're a single mother, maybe you're a student, unataka kufurther studies zako, yani utaki kukaa tu msoto ama kudepend on someone. Then you're happy that you've gotten a job, but what is the job doing to you? Hata inafanya sasa inakuremind about your disability more, because they're not giving you reasonable accommodation, and yet they're saying that they are employing persons with disabilities. When you go to some meetings, watu wako na tendency ya kusema ati persons with disabilities don't participate. But when you're calling us for a meeting, is that place accessible enough for me as a person with disability? Yeah, for me to participate, for me to feel included. You're calling us for maybe a public participation. Does it even have a sign language interpreter?
Oh wow,
No.
basics.
You know, so the reasonable accommodations, and like I said before, we do not want pity. All we want is acceptance. Just like a normal human being, and we're not abnormal, we're normal.
Very,
very normal. We just have a disability. And just like a kawaida binadamu, we have rights, we have feelings, we get married, we become good mothers, good wives, we offer good sex. For those that don't know, you know, people, you know,
oh my
people
God,
have
you're
this,
amazing.
you know, people think that just because you have a disability, you don't.
You're not performing.
Yeah.
Funny comments, maybe.
Yeah. You're not able to maybe give birth. Yeah. And a lot of persons with disabilities go through issues of mental health because of being denied. Unapata mtu amepata msichana ama mwanamke amependa mwanaume with the disability, and then they take them back home, and then the parents are like, huyu sasa ataweza kwenda kwa shamba. Huyu sasa ataweza kukupatia mtoto. Huyu si atazaa mtoto kama yeye. You know, the societal myths, the attitudinal barriers, you know, people, and usi expect ati ni watu hawajasoma. Ni watu wamesoma vizuri sana. Some of them are even doctors. For me, when I was given birth to, my mom told me that the nurses walikuwa wanamsengenya, wanasema, sasa wacha tuone bwana yake akikuja amekuwa kicheat. Wacha tuone sasa amelala na mzungu, sasa wacha tuone. You know, you expect that these people have knowledge. Even how they assist, how they support persons with disabilities when they go to hospitals, zero. Yani, wengi wao. And that is why organizations for persons with disabilities are really trying to advocate that maybe we have, hata kama niyo, medical practitioners maybe are trained on sign language interpretation for the purpose of confidentiality. You can imagine, maybe I am deaf, I've been raped, I go to a hospital,
I have to go with someone else.
I have to go, I want to go and maybe check my status, I have to go with someone else. If I happen to maybe nimekuwa positive ama nimepata maybe ka STD, that means that this other person will get the information. Na huyu mwingine labda si mtu
roho safi.
Yeah. Ataenda spread. You see now, hakuna ile. So inclusion bado, it's somewhere there, but there's still gaps in when it comes to health, when it comes to education, when it comes to transport. How are they handling, or not handling, I would say, how are they supporting or maybe assisting persons with disabilities, even in the transport sector? Mtu unapanda gari, wewe ni wheelchair user, mtu anakuguzaguza. Someone is taking advantage of you in the name of helping you out. Upanda gari. And you see, not all of us can afford maybe a cab, amanini. So we just have to use public transport, you know, and most of them are not aware on how to assist or support persons with disabilities. And even accessing quality education for a person with disability is really expensive. And most of us are poor. Being poor, not being able to access quality education makes you not liable. Yani hawezi hata ku-access job. Na kama ni job, ni ile ya zile za flowers, tule wameita watu, tunataka persons with disabilities, come we train you. They also, I'm not saying that those companies are doing a bad job, but they are bad. But let them be true to what they are saying, to what they are they're calling out people to do. If you're calling me as Brenda, you know that Brenda has albinism. If you're calling maybe, assuming that maybe she is a wheelchair user, call me there knowing that I am using a wheelchair. Therefore, I will need this and this, this and that, and you'll be able to provide. Si ati sasa mimi nikuje sasa tena tunaanza ama unaninyima opportunities kwa sababu ya hiyo. I have a right. I am a human being. And remember, a disability or maybe disability is something that one can acquire at any given day, at any given time. You know, you've heard of people, leave alone accidents. You've heard of people that used to speak, but wanaamka siku moja sauti imeenda. What do you do? Macho imeenda. What do you do? Where do you start? That is now when you start seeking people, pity from people. And yet when you had all that it took for you as a person, maybe you were so ignorant, thinking that maybe hii haiwezi kunipata, you know? So it's up to us as persons with disabilities to also create awareness, collaborate with the community, and also the community to also show interest, because now this is a community that haina mwenyewe. Yeah.
Talking to both of you makes me feel so privileged. Like, unasema vitu zingine that I take for granted, like, as in nikitoka hapa nitafanya hivi. I'm like, hey, kuna mtu lazima apitie. Hey, it's very humbling. Thank you for that. Okay, so in the interest of time, I want you to say your last words. Honestly, most of my questions you've answered, as we have, because I wanted to know how you integrate yourself into society. Do your friends or the people, your neighbors, your people you love who are around you, wanajua ukichomeka, umeniambia kuchomeka ni tofauti kwetu. Do they know how to take care of you? Is that something now that's unaingia urafiki kama mwalimu? Okay, hii kifanyika nani fanya hivi na hivi na hivi. I assume nisha interview mtu alikuwa anaishi na seizures, epilepsy. He haezi drive, but unaona people around her walikuwa najua exactly what to do. So it seems, because you told me you have a child, people get married, all these things. So you've integrated well into society. Si wote ni vichwa venye. Kuna ujinga ya kuzaliwa nayo. Nasikia mkuru akisema kitu kama hiyo. Sometimes hiyo kufukuza ni hard. So it's okay. Tutawafikia. So that's why we're here. Awareness and education. Maneno ya mwisho yako, kindly. Talk to a young girl, actually. Talk to a young girl.
Yeah. So actually, as she said, like, we also need to know these people are there and anyone can become. But for me, I say it's a responsibility for everyone in a society, because we have no groups of persons with disability and other people, but it's our role as a society. You be aware what is in our society. What, like, how do you handle things? Okay, as a person, how do you see things? How do you take things, like, how do you view them? You say, as for me, like for me, what I do, like, when maybe I'm around people, I act like any other person. I don't say like, I'm a person with albinism, I can't do this. Let me try and fail.
I like that.
Yes, you see, by trying, they see, oh, si mzigo. She can do it actually, and better even than me. You see, so as we mark the International Day for Persons with Disabilities, what you can say, maybe mostly to young people, because in the near future we want a generation where everyone is in. So we say inclusion is all in. We mean everything, maybe reasonable accommodation, everyone is included. May it be an opportunity or anything. We want a generation where we don't view things different. Let's view things the way they are, the way God created, because God had a purpose. You see, even if I'm a person maybe with albinism, for you can see that I'm not able to do something, but God created me for a purpose. That's why when you, maybe, I'm not saying you die today, but if you're out of this world, no one will serve your purpose. So I'm saying, may it be a person with disability or any other person, the purpose you are born to do, no one can take it. So that's why I say, let inclusion be our voice to everyone. not persons with disabilities, but for everyone. Let it be our responsibility. The way our constitution and policies are in our fingertips, let's put also inclusion inside, because everyone is a person. View someone like a human being, not what the person is. Because for me, you see me with my purpose that I was born to serve. You see? So as we mark this day, happy International Day for persons with disabilities, and I'm proud to be a lady with albinism, that which does not define me, but what I can do, what I can voice. So it's a call to the society to view things differently. But as a person, how unique can you view things? So let's think about that, and I think everything will be okay.
Unapenda kenye unafanya hadi una glow. She's smiling, it's coming from inside. Yeah. Oh wow. Thank you so very much for you're very sijui kama mna understand, you're so woke kuliko hata watu. Hata nisianze kuongea. What would you like to tell somebody in the audience today?
Speaking to a young girl, I'll tell her I'd remind her that she's beautiful, first of all, and to invest in herself. Not only girls, but even men. You know, boy child wamekuwa complain, wameachwa nyuma sana. So as a human being, learn to invest in yourself.
Sure.
Know your worth as a person. Love yourself, because no one else is coming to love you more than yourself. You know, ukishajua kujipenda, ukishajitambua as a person, then you can't always entertain nonsense from people, you know, because you're already aware that you're enough as a person. You're beautiful, you're handsome, you can do it. So nothing limits you from doing anything. If it's dating, go and date out there. If it is studying, enda ukasome. Kama ni kazi, enda ukajitume, you know, because mimi wasiamini ati we live once. Mimi wanaamini we live out of experiences. So go and experience life. Yeah.
Wow.
Go and experience life. If you feel leo nataka kudate China, go and date that China guy. Go and experience that person. If you feel you want to date a younger person than you, go and date that person. If you want older, go and do it. You know? Yeah, so life is just is about what you make it. It's not about disability. It's not about you being a woman. Yes, it matters, but if you really focus on some things, then you're going to limit yourself. Like, we are not limiting ourselves from walking because of sun. We are just trying to maybe prevent ourselves from that sun by maybe being cautious. But it doesn't limit us, or maybe kutuzuia kwenda kufanya shughuli ati ama kwenda out ama ati go to that club if you want, go to that church, create awareness. If you're going out, go and dance like I do, and I forget that I have the albinism. And people are like, wow. Huyo mzungu kwani anajua kudance kiluya, you know. So just be you. Don't be unapologetic about yourself, because God created you for a purpose. Yeah. And happy International Day for persons with disabilities. Let's put our disabilities behind. Tuweke abilities zetu mbele.
Nilikuwa mimi parting shot, lakini wacha niachane tu now. That was way too much wisdom in a couple of minutes. But all I can say is thank you. And I have a message here penned by our director. Nilianza nayo for everyone, but this was specifically for you, and it remains to be specifically for you. So I hope naifanya vizuri, George, okay? So today we celebrate your strength, your courage, and the countless ways you light up our communities. Your voice, your dreams, and your presence matter deeply. You inspire resilience, redefine possibility, and remind the world that true ability lies in determination, not limitations. On this World Disability Day, may you feel seen, may you feel valued, may you feel respected and supported every single day, not just today. We stand with you, we honor you, and we commit to building a world where inclusion is not a favor, but a right.
Sure.
Thank you for your bravery, thank you for your brilliance, and your unwavering spirit. The world, underline, the world is a better place because of you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wacha nimalize hiyo shout out. Winning with great love from the award winning media personality of the year director Georges. Lakini tumebeba si wote kama Y254. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much for being you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You've
too.
inspired me just not to be afraid, not to limit myself, and I am not we are not the same clearly,
Yeah,
but
sure.
unani inspire basically. So I think even the message that she penned for you, both of them penned for you guys, wherever come, if you look like them or you're living with albinism or you're not, I really think their words zikufikie. Sawa. Be brave, Nani. One more time, how can we find you on social media?
Kuna kitu kwanza inanisumbua.
Toa ikutoke
Lazima
bwana.
niseme initoke.
Nasema nikikupatia kakitu.
Yeah, we have the disability. We are not living with the disability.
Oh.
It is not my husband, it is not my wife. So, we have the I have albinism, I have
Sure.
a
Wow!
disability.
So you're not living with, okay,
No,
my
we are
mistake.
not. It
I'm
is just,
learning.
yeah. We understand, and that's why we said awareness
Is important.
haiishi. Yeah.
Okay.
But we are very happy. We are looking for more opportunities. Call us for awareness. Yeah. And we shall come with others too.
Yes, please. The more
Yeah.
the merrier. All right, here tuko na maua.
Oh,
Hapa.
oh,
Georges hajawahi tuletea maua sisi. Hadi Liza amegraduate last week. Lakini nyinyi ndio ni kama, but honestly, you deserve this and so much more. Honestly. From myself, Lizzie, Georges,
you.
Alan B, nani mwingine hapo studio, from all of us.
Thank
Thank you for coming. We really do appreciate you. And you look as beautiful as these flowers.
Thank you so much. Okay.
We're about to cry, guys. Studio. Na hata tujamaliza show at Y254 Facebook, Y254 channel on X. Hashtag is Y in the morning. Now next is Lizzie Kimani, and you do not want to miss out on that. Stay here.